In three, two, one. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. We're Nerd is a New Bully. I'm your host, Leroy, with my co-host.
This is Eli.
Yep, and we're back with another episode. And Eli, guess what?
What's up?
We survived Black Friday.
Yeah, I didn't even go anywhere.
You didn't go anywhere? You didn't want to fight anybody or punch anybody in Walmart?
Not really. There wasn't anything I wanted.
Okay, I didn't know. Thought you were gonna take a cell phone with you, stream a fight, Scream World Star in the background. Right.
I did end up going to Target one night and on Friday, but there was like nothing I wanted. I was like going through checking out deals, and I was hoping to like score Infinity War for cheap, but It wasn't that cheap. They only like knocked like $5 off it. I'm like, shit, it's gonna be on Netflix next month. I'll just wait.
You just wait till then. Okay, can I ask a serious question? Not just you, Eli, but to everybody.
Nah.
Why is Black Friday still a thing?
Yeah. There's more deals. Yeah.
We live in the internet age now. And I'm not just saying you gotta buy everything on Amazon or buy everything online. You can buy the stuff from these places. Walmart has a website, Target has a website, Best Buy has a website. You can literally just buy it from there and pick it up at your leisure instead of just fighting over everybody.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't get it. Like, it's still, they still have the mentality where everybody's still fighting and punching everybody and scrapping over TV, stuff like that, when you can literally just click a button in your drawers and pick it up whenever you want to, or have it delivered however you want to. So I don't know. Is this why Trump is still president?
Yeah, and like I already got TV. I got a couple TVs. I don't need another TV.
I need another. I actually do. I need another TV. But the thing is, I want my TV to die so I can get an excuse to get a TV, because it's hard for me to justify buying a TV when my TV still works. Because I want a 4K TV. Even though I don't need one, but I just want one. And I want.
I don't.
I mean,
feel
who needs shit? Electronic. You don't need this shit.
Not that bad to beat the shit out of somebody,
right?
And it ain't even free. That's the thing. You're getting into a fight, and you still got to buy it.
Right. Like, they don't care who wins the fight, just as long as you pay for it at the end.
Yeah. You're not breaking the shit. Right. In the middle of the fight.
Exactly. Another announcement will make for everybody hadn't been paying attention. Eli, are you health conscious or like to eat healthy?
I try to, yes.
Okay, I try to also, depending on the week or the day of the time, I try to. Well, I just want to make everybody know that there's an announcement out right now. If you have romaine lettuce in your house right now, your apartment or your refrigerator, the CDC, I can't remember the name of it, but it's pretty bad. They said throw that shit out.
Yeah, I had to. I actually had some, and I did.
Yeah, because it's killing people right now,
Yeah.
So, Eli, everything out here can kill you.
No shit, yeah.
I mean, I saw they have this like documentary on Netflix where they pretty much said everything could kill you. Meat could kill you, bread could kill you, sugar could kill you, soft drinks can kill you. I'm like, what?
Rice.
Like, what the fuck can I eat? Okay, so eat healthy. Eat lettuce. No, that could kill you too. Fuck it, just eat the bad shit they don't want you to eat then. I mean,
pretty much, yeah.
Lettuce is gonna kill me. McDonald's is gonna kill me. McDonald's is tastier, so I'm just gonna eat McDonald's. Fuck it.
And cheaper.
And cheaper, right. This lettuce, it'll kill you and it's so expensive. I don't know. Now, like I said, I hate to go on a down episode, but I have to talk about some really serious stuff that's going on right now. This is honestly, I think it just pertains to Mississippi, but it's very, very important. So anybody from Mississippi, listen to this podcast. I need you to listen up. Now, Eli, let me ask you this. You voted in the election a couple weeks ago, anything like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are settled, right? You don't have like another election coming up, anything like that?
It's good. It was pretty unanimous.
Okay, so we're having some issues in Mississippi right now. We had a runoff obviously for the senator debate a couple weeks ago, and I think it was a tie or it was too close to his side, so they decided to do another runoff. Now this runoff, for the time that people listen to this podcast, the runoff will be today. And I need you guys to go out and vote. And I need you to vote for a very specific candidate, because we do not need this other candidate in office. I know a lot of people don't like to get into politics, but this is some serious shit that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Because there are two, and I don't know how big this has gotten out to the news. I know I've seen on the national news a couple times of basically this other. Here's the thing. The other candidate is extremely racist. Like not even hiding it, like joking about lynching her black opponent. She took a picture last week in a Confederate hat.
Oh,
Uh,
that chick. Oh,
that
yeah. So
chick.
that's down by you, huh?
That's yes, down the street from me. Super racist. Has a Confederate flag. They found out she's getting money from the KKK, from everybody. It's getting so bad that anybody, like people were getting money like Walmart and stuff like that. They realized that once the news got out about her agenda, they took the money back. They're like, no, we don't want to be associated with it at all. But see, here's the thing: in Mississippi, when she started saying all that dumb shit, her approval rating went up in the state.
Oh, really?
That's how fucked up things are around here. That's why I'm trying to make sure. And I know I'm not gonna get into it. I heard some other podcasters that may be associated with outright geekery say voting doesn't matter and things like that. Voting does matter, especially when, and I have to make an agenda on that, me personally, because like I said, as a black man, my grandfather wasn't allowed to vote. Not my great grandfather, not my ancestors, my grandfather. That's how close this stuff was. So it's for me a civic duty, obligation, responsibility for me to go out and voice my opinion as a vote. And this is like the electoral, where your vote really doesn't matter, where you're voting somebody else votes anyway. Your vote will still count in the situation. And plus, we have to mobilize, do everything we can to make sure that whoever the hell this chick is doesn't put her agenda in, because when she gets in there, there's a lot of people that have the same agenda she has, and this is going to be even stronger. Phil Bryant, and I'm sorry to put all this Mississippi business out there, but I got to. Phil Bryant, who was the nephew of the lady that got Emmett Till killed, is our governor.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes. So the last thing we need is for him to have even more power and more sway in the government, because he already is in Trump's back pocket. I'm sorry, I got to go there, but that's just how it is. They have all kind of reforms and things to kind of go to. They're cutting funding in certain areas, putting more funding in the areas they want to go to. It's really screwed up, and the last thing we need to do is get even more screwed up. And now I'm going to be fair. Mike Espy is who she run against. I don't like that guy either. He has some issues like back in the 90s and stuff like that, but hell, at least he's not walking around with a Confederate flag.
Yeah, and in the end, what people misunderstand is we vote for where money goes. That's essentially all we're doing. And these politicians are in charge of placing where the money goes. So they're going to say what they want to say because they want the job. Yeah, they're full of shit. They lie. They bullshit their way through the campaigns because they want the job. They want your vote. But all you're doing is voting for where our tax dollars are being spent. That's what we're doing.
Exactly.
So, I mean, yeah, people get all act like it's like if the voting is going to change the system. No, that the voting is the system. That's the system we have.
Exactly.
And we're choosing what we want to spend our money on.
And here's the thing about it. These votes where you're voting for like local and you're voting for the Senates and you're voting for, these are the people that speak directly to us. These votes are more important than the presidential campaigns.
Yeah.
Because these actually affect what we do more than what the presidents do. So
yeah. I mean, Congress, those House, they affect what the president does.
Exactly. The president can't do anything without, right. They can't do anything. It's the balance of power, checks and balances.
Yeah.
All right. Can we get back to comic books?
Sure.
I'm sorry. I had to get that out there. That's actually been weighing on my brain the entire 3 weeks. I'm like, oh, man, this is... Because I hate to say it, with the way it's going, she very well may win just by saying the stuff she's saying and walk around with a Confederate flag. Remember, the Confederate flag is on the Mississippi flag, hanging over in Jackson Capitol, which is down the street from where I stay. I see it every day going to work. Okay, back to comics. Okay, so Eli, let's talk about the box office numbers. Box office numbers are starting to heat up, even though for November. Last November was pretty exciting, with Ragnarok and Justice League bombing, but at least it was exciting to talk about, So, but now we got new numbers. So Eli, give it to me. What's the number one at the box office?
You know what? I don't even know. Was it Creed?
It was not Creed.
It was not Creed.
But it was a good guess. But it was not Creed.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wouldn't got this guess either. The number one, oh damn, I looked at it still and paying attention. The number one was Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Oh, that's out. That's right.
That's out. Yeah. It's been getting rave reviews, stuff like that. People are loving the movie. Have you seen the first one?
Oh yeah, my daughter loves the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wreck-It Ralph? Okay, yeah.
yeah, she loved that shit.
I just like it
I,
because they had so many other video game characters popping up
yeah,
every now and then.
it was very cool. A lot of cool Easter eggs in that movie.
Yeah,
You know, and you remember this was before, right around when the Avengers came out, before geek shit got huge. You know,
yeah.
so that was a little bit of a novelty to see all those Easter eggs in a
People were
movie.
saying it's like the greatest video game movie ever made, even though it's not really based on a video game. But they always throwing that stuff out there. So,
Yeah.
number two is Creed 2.
Okay.
Still going strong. Eli, have you been interested in seeing Creed 2?
I do really want to see it. I love the
Okay.
first one.
Love the first one. Here's the thing: I have no interest in seeing the second one.
Really, you don't want to see Drago Jr.?
Not really, because I really see like why is he fighting Drago Jr. I get it. Drago Senior killed his father, but Drago Jr. didn't have shit to do with that. But I don't know. I don't really see.
Maybe he
that.
was talking shit. I don't know.
And he probably was. I just feel like it's manufactured. I don't see it's like a real conflict between this guy and that guy, even though the beef between their fathers. I don't know. Maybe it's like, I guess maybe there's some beef to that. I don't know. It's just not interesting me. Maybe it is an awesome movie. I'm just like, do we really need that? I felt like everything that needed to be said about Creed was said in the first one.
I guess, but I don't know. I still want to see it.
I guess. Probably an awesome movie. What else we got? Number 3, we have Dr. Seuss, The Grinch. Wait, another one of these?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Live action or whatever is it? Yeah.
I don't know.
Or no, it's an animated.
Right.
Another animated.
You got to put quotations up nowadays when you say live action.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. But yeah. Number 4, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of whatever, Johnny Depp. I don't know.
Harry Potter shit.
Yeah, this is not the Harry Potter bullies. I keep telling you guys that. So, number 5, Bohemian Rhapsody, still hanging in there. We have number 6, Instant Family. Number 7, we have Robin Hood. Number 8, we have Widows. Number 9, Green Book, which they pretty much say is Oscar buzz, Oscar season, whatever. And number 10, A Star Is Born. Lady Gaga, still putting up numbers. So,
right on.
Yeah, so you already know what I want to talk about, Eli.
Lion King?
Hell no. Hell yeah, but not right now. We will get there. What I want to talk about is Venom because I'm getting even more pissed than what I was before.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I keep talking about Venom because I keep like, what the hell? What's wrong with you people? Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be on DVD like next week. They're still going out and seeing.
And it's still going. Okay, let's look at these numbers right now. So we got Venom. I'm gonna click at Venom. For this week was number 15, so it's kind of slowing down domestically. But however, worldwide right now, Venom is at 822 million.
That's a lot.
It passed Wonder Woman, which the media sites love to announce that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take a look and see right now as far as comic book movie. Where is it ranked for movie? Well, okay, it's in the mix somewhere, like the comic book adaptation. You know what I want to do? I'm going to name every MCU movie that Venom has passed already. I'm going to pull these numbers up because this shit is shocking. Like I said, I'm actually, you know what? Somebody actually gave us a shout out last week, Eli.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, okay. Ryan, I have to apologize because I did use your site to troll people. But you can't get mad because I've done this shit before. And I bring you traffic, so you can't get too mad at me because I saw somebody you saw it's posts all over the place now about how Venom beat Wonder Woman at the box office. And the post before that was about Venom beat Justice League at the box office. So they're always throwing shade at DC. And somebody say, okay, the media obviously has an agenda and they're already pushing a narrative that they're trying to say, oh, DC sucks because Venom's doing this. But I wrote the article about how Venom passed Winter Soldier. And that article got traction. And people were like, wait, what the fuck? That's when people started to realize what the hell was going on. And somebody even brought up wait a minute, why do they keep bringing up Wonder Woman when I saw some site the other day saying that Venom beat Captain America Winter Soldier and nobody brought that up. And I'm like, oh, that's outright geekery. That's not a real site. But hey, they remembered us. That's all that matters. So Eli, not Eli, well yeah, you, but Goma, we're famous.
There you go. Famous for not being famous, or
basically.
The
Okay.
fuck do they know?
Right. At least they remembered us. That's the main thing. So let's look at this. I'm gonna name not that. Even though I should. Marvel. Oh, I need to get my shit together. I'm fucking up. I'm sorry, listeners. I cut us off and turned to this
Thor Dark
comics.
World. Did it beat Thor Dark World?
Oh, easily. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. I got the movies. I got the movies. Worldwide adjusted inflation. Okay, let's start. Oh, this is gonna get ugly. Okay, Incredible Hulk, Captain America: The First Avenger, the first Thor, Ant-Man, Iron Man, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Iron Man 2, Thor: The Dark World, like you're saying, Doctor Strange, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy.
No shit.
Yeah. So next week it's right on the heels of Thor Ragnarok, so it's probably gonna catch Thor Ragnarok and may even catch Guardians of the Galaxy next week because they're really close together. So yeah, it's probably, when it's all said and done, next week it should probably be the top 10 highest grossing Marvel movie of all time. Venom, without Spider-Man. That's why this shit is so stupid, right? I don't get it, Eli. I feel like throwing this fucking computer across the room just for you announcing this shit.
Like I said, remember in Civil War, I was watching Civil War in the theater, and nobody clapped for fucking Spider-Man, but they opened the van and Ant-Man was in the back. The theater started fucking clapping. I was like, what the hell?
It happened in the same theater I was at. But to be honest with you, I did feel like Ant-Man stole the show. I hated the fucking Ant-Man movie, but I felt like in that movie he stole the show.
Yeah, that is true.
So I'll give it to Ant-Man on there. So yeah, that's what I have about Venom, and it's gonna just keep climbing. And the more it keep climbing, the more I'm gonna rage on every podcast. I'm gonna get louder and angry and rant more. So let's just drink some water.
Yeah, and the thing is we gave it an all right review. The movie's not that bad.
The movie's not that bad. It doesn't suck. I give you that.
It's just not that good.
Right. So there's no reason for us to put up these numbers. Now here's the thing. This is what I think is going on, because I'm looking at the numbers and it's tracking way higher in China. First off, it outgrossed China. It made more money opening weekend in China than it did here. So China is eating this movie up. We talked about this last year. They actually, not last week, they actually, made some scenes in China, so that's probably has something to do with it also. But either way, it's a hit in China. And nowadays, if it's a hit in China, it's a hit, period.
Maybe they recasted the movie or something in China.
Right.
Jackie Chan as Venom.
Donnie Yen as Venom, Yeah. Hell, I'll see that. Shit.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
And it might have been a better movie.
It might have. Oh, shit, yeah. So yeah,
at least the China cut.
We're gonna start that hashtag. Outright geekery. Okay. So yeah, like I said, we can go on and talk about some other shit that's happening right now. And it seemed like nothing really happened this week except for like one thing that seemed to be big, and that was the Lion King remake.
Yeah, and I didn't even watch the trailer.
You don't need to. You've already seen it.
I've seen the movie, so
yeah, you've seen the movie, so you've seen the trailer. Yeah, but let's put quotations live action.
Yeah,
because the whole thing is CGI. There's not a real person on there anywhere. Eli,
I'm sure that's not a real lion that's talking and shit.
Right, it's not a real lion talking and stuff like that. Now, Eli, here's the thing: the trailer of this one, since you haven't seen it, is a shot-for-shot remake of the first trailer in 1994 whenever it came out.
Okay.
Like beat for beat. And like I said, this thing has been trending. This thing has been going crazy. I've seen people saying like, "Oh, mark your calendar. I can't wait to see it. I'm going to watch it 5 times. I'm going to see it. I'm not even going to bring my kids. I'm just going to see it by myself." I'm like, whoa, why would you go see a cartoon without your kids? I don't get it. Maybe they were exaggerating like that. But I guess I'm the only person in the world. I feel like Roddy Piper and They Live.
No.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the only person that's not, blindsided by this. I'm just like, okay. I mean, you're just doing the same movie over again, except it looks more realistic.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I haven't seen any of these new Disney live action movies.
Me neither. But you know what though, Eli? Every one of them damn near made $1 billion or
that's
more.
What I hear. Cinderella and the Jungle Book and fucking all that shit. I haven't seen it.
Maleficent. Am I saying that
Yeah.
right?
I did see that one. That one sucked because she didn't turn into a dragon at the end. I was really pissed.
Oh damn. Okay.
But
Beauty and the
yeah,
Beast, all these movies.
didn't see that. Yeah, I didn't. And that's the thing is, well, I'm showing my. I wasn't a huge Disney fan even as a kid. I always got dragged to go see Disney fucking cartoons, and wasn't into them.
Well, here's the thing, Eli. I haven't seen any of them either.
Yeah.
Like none of them. Like all the movies, just named like Beauty and the Beast, and what was Maleficent in? What was she in?
Oh, Sleeping Beauty.
101 Dalmatians. Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping
Okay.
Beauty. Yeah.
Some of the shit. Snow White, Robin Hood, Little Mermaid. I've never seen any of these movies. The Lion King was the only movie I've seen.
Snow White. Fuck Snow White. I wanted to go see Jaws 3D, but they took me. I got dragged to see Snow White instead. So that's how my day went.
So in the movie, just watching her ran around with like 7 swimming dwarfs. She's like,
Yeah.
the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the original adaptation is way darker than what we think.
Yeah, that's right here.
Yeah. All of these, matter of fact, all these Disney adaptations, like really, they're like Little Mermaid was like really fucked up. The ending.
Yeah, and I had never seen that. I never even seen the original Little Mermaid.
I had a lady friend at the time that was like really obsessed with Disney movies, and I bought her Little Mermaid, and I sat there and watched it with it. I was like, this movie fucking sucks, but she liked it, so whatever. But then actually read the book, and I'm like, wait, the book is way cooler.
Yeah. Well, I was an adult by the time Little Mermaid came out, or maybe or like older, so I didn't have to see. I wasn't a kid anymore.
Yeah.
You know. But I did see the original Lion. I took my niece to see the original Lion King, and I had no problem with it. You know, I did think that was fun. I thought that the uncle was an asshole. I thought this is some fucked up shit to be showing kids.
Oh yeah, the theater I was in. I think I saw Lion King twice because I really love Lion King. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I went to the movies and saw it twice. I think both times that middle scene. You guys know what I'm talking about. Everybody in the theater was crying both times.
That's some twisted shit.
It was because it's a Disney movie. You don't expect that shit to happen.
But then when you think about it, it's always that shit's always happening in Disney movies. Kids are always losing their fucking parents in Disney.
That is
Bambi. Like I saw Bambi, right? And my dad's a hunter. He's a bow hunter. He would, hunt deer with bows, and we eat it. We would eat these things, We ate a lot of venison. He took me to see Bambi. Who gets shot? Somebody gets shot in that movie. One of the deers gets shot. And my dad said, "Ooh, good shot."
Your dad had a twisted sense of humor. So.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay, well, yeah." I mean, I had no emotional ties to Bambi, or so when all that shit started happening, and that made everybody cry, I didn't give a shit. Plus, it was a Disney movie, and I didn't like them anyways.
Right. I mean,
I can't. Like musicals, they're always singing songs and shit. I couldn't stand that.
And that's the thing about the Disney movie. Like some of the songs are hit or miss. I think I saw Aladdin. I liked some of the songs. Yeah, A Whole New World. I love this song. But then some of these songs, I'm like, this shit is boring, man. I don't want to sit here listening. But Lion King has some awesome songs in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but
everybody remembers that one. Whatever.
Was that from The Lion King?
Yes.
They wrote that for. Oh, I thought that was just. I thought that was just the sound of Africa.
Yeah, no, that was from Lion King, right? And Phil Collins, I was like, man, Phil Collins is killing the soundtrack. Funny thing, I always thought Phil Collins was black growing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the thing was, he used to always get played on the R&B stations growing up, like the Air of the Night. Okay, so I'm hearing Air of the Night on the R&B stations all the time growing up, and on Miami Vice like that. Okay, that's a black guy singing it. He obviously he looks like Luther Vandross. He has to, big 300 pounds, Jerry curl, So when I finally got MTV and saw the video, it fucked me up. this British dude, like okay. Hey, never judge a book by its cover. But what we talking
playing
about?
The drums too. Play the drums.
Playing the drums too. Yeah. I'm gonna listen to some Phil Collins after this.
That's the outro song, man. In the internet.
I gotta do it. I'm playing the Phil Collins song. What was I gonna say? So yeah, that's the thing about Lion King. It's a shot reading, but I think making it too realistic, it felt like a disconnect for me. If that makes any sense. Because like I said, Lion King is a cartoon, and the cartoon was more expressive, but making it realistic, it felt like it was it was crossing that uncanny valley, I guess. And plus, I don't know if they can emote the same way a cartoon can. Like I said, it was such a small snippet, you can't really tell. And I'm gonna see the movie anyway. I mean, it's Lion King, so I'm gonna see the movie. But I'm not just like, mark my calendar, I'm taking off for work. I'm not like that. I'm gonna see it, because I'm curious about what it's gonna be. And plus, this is the only Disney movie of these remakes they made that actually have a frame of reference. Because I've never seen the original Jungle Book, cartoon. That live action one that came out with Jon Favreau, that was the first experience I ever had with Jungle Book. Oh, I'm glad you said that, Eli, even though you hadn't been talking. But next month, remember that the Warner Brothers version of Jungle Book?
Oh, the one that Smeagol directed or whatever?
Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently they said the movie sucked so bad that they're gonna stick it on Netflix.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. So, yeah. Like I say, should we review it? I mean,
do commentary.
Here's the thing. Hey, I want to thank you guys out there because our Punisher commentary did better numbers than our actual podcast last week. So obviously, you'd rather hear us just talk shit over a shitty movie than actually give us, nerd news. So yeah, we're gonna keep going. But if you want to have us do another commentary, leave us a comment. We'll think about it.
Which movie? Yeah, let us know which movie.
Nothing fucked up like Steel Magnolias and no shit like that. Give us something good, Oh shit, where are we going from this? Okay, yeah, that's Lion King. Let's talk about some DC news. Okay, like I said, we talked about Aquaman trailer last week. It finally dropped the final trailer. The movie has been wrapped. Eli, it's right around the corner.
Yeah,
probably about 2 or 3 podcast episodes from now, we will be reviewing Aquaman.
Yeah, and some of us might see it for free, for early.
Yeah. I live in Mississippi, so that doesn't include me. We have one theater in the whole state, so. So like I said, we get a chance, and now they've actually been some early reactions on Twitter and social media, stuff like that, and people are raving about Aquaman, like just going crazy, but not like it was with BBS, like good movie, or Man of Steel, it's a good movie. No, they're raving about the movie right now. They're saying like James Wan should have been charged of the DC universe a long time ago, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Either way, look, they have my money. I'm gonna see the movie anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fanboy. I'm a self-admitted fanboy. So everybody else is going crazy. They're like, well, DC has to go a long way to earn my money, and I can't trust DC anymore. I feel like a battered wife in this relationship with them. Leave your negative ass at home. At the end of the day, it's just a movie. A lot of us already made our minds on whether or not we're going to see it or not. And we're probably going to get some kind of entertainment. Even if it's bad, we're going to get entertainment out of shitting on it.
And they're full of shit anyways. They're going to go see it.
They're going to go see it anyway 2 or 3 times.
Just to bitch about it.
Oh, shit. Okay. That's Aquaman. But since we're on DC, I guess we can keep talking about DC because now that what's that movie? Birds of Prey has announced their release date. It's going to be in 2020. Don't know the exact date of it. They released 2020. They're probably going to start shooting sometime in 2019. I think they already have a schedule, and they've announced the actual name of the movie. I don't have it in front of me right there, and I can't remember, so I'm going to try to do my best, but I'm going to butcher it. And the movie is called Birds of Prey. Now, people keep forgetting this. The movie is called Birds of Prey. They keep leaving that part out. It's Birds of Prey, the Emancipation Proclamation of Harley Quinn Day. I don't know. Some long ass bullshit that I don't know about. In defense
of the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah. You know what? That's smart. We're not going to remember any of that bullshit that just said, however, when you go to the theater, you're going to say, give me 2 tickets to the Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah.
That's all you have Harley Quinn in the title. That sells the movie. Birds of Prey doesn't sell the movie. Birds of Prey is too confusing. So, but now...
Nobody knows about who any of them other chicks are.
Exactly. Nobody knows. So it doesn't matter, like hundreds. What the fuck,
Yeah.
Unless you see Arrow, that's about it.
Yeah. No one cares. Is Catwoman in it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, see, who the fucking cares then? Who?
Exactly. They could have put Catwoman on it, and she's in the comic. She's part of the
Yeah,
comic.
like
Completely
who?
left her
Yeah,
out for no fucking reason. So, so yeah, so they put Harley Quinn on the name of the marquee, but Birds of Prey is still on there. So you're selling the movie because Birds of Prey is not gonna sell the movie. They can do that. But here's the thing: I have to ask. Since Margot, I mean, people are confused, like, okay, is Margot Robbie reprising the role? Is this set in the DCEU? Nobody knows. Nobody knows whether this is set in the DCEU. Is what's his face Joker guy? Is he
oh,
coming back?
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, right?
Jared Leto.
Is he coming back? Is the movie gonna make references to Suicide Squad? Are they gonna pretend like Suicide Squad even existed? Is Joker still gonna look like Lil Wayne? We don't know. It's just weird shit going on right now, and I'm even hearing that they're doing a Jared Leto Joker movie.
That's what they. Yeah,
A
they're
solo
making
Joker movie.
They're making 1,000 Joker movies.
Like, why are they making so many Joker movies? It's like every time DC does something right, then they do something like really stupid. You're like, why? This shit makes sense. So, yeah, they're doing that. Harley Quinn, and I think what they're doing with this Birds of Prey movie, I don't think it's gonna be like a team up movie. I think it's gonna be like an anthology movie, like Sin City.
Okay,
I think that's how they're doing it.
let's see. Like it's got. Oh yeah, it says Jared Leto is supposedly being in it. Harley's getting over the breakup. Then it's gonna have Black Canary, Huntress, and Renee Montoya.
For those that don't know, the question.
Okay.
Fun fact: Renee Montoya and Harley Quinn were both originated from the TV show, so that's a cool thing. They're both in there. I do like how the fanboys bitched about Black Canary because Black Canary is actually black in the movie.
Oh really?
Yeah. So of course you got people with you SJWs. Like, calm down, man.
Or the ultra, uber liberals can be like, what the fuck is this, like the Power Rangers?
Did you ever see the Power Ranger movie?
Not the new one, no.
The new one, it did have an agenda. It was funny because they did have it. Like the old Power Rangers was simple: black dude, Asian chick, girl. So and they was all color coordinated. So okay, the black guys in the black suit, Asian chick in the yellow suit, which I thought was really super racist. But you knew who the pink one and the girl. But now they have it. It's all fucking confusing. But the way they have it now,
the white one was the leader,
right? So you knew he was like, "Where's the white guy?" Okay, that's him. But now it's like super confusing now because they don't do black Asian girl now. Now they have they got a gay one. They have a one with special needs. I forgot the other ones. It's whatever. So that's the angle they're going now, and they were in the certain colors. Oh, so it wasn't just like you're black, you're Asian, you're Mexican. Do that? No, it wasn't that. They have, And the thing is, you didn't even know the Power Ranger was gay until like the very end when she had this talk at the end where my parents and I don't understand because of blah blah blah, and that's it. So. It actually wasn't that bad. I don't know why that movie flopped so bad. It was pretty much the TV show.
All right.
I don't know. It was on Amazon Prime. I got bored and watched it. What are we talking about? DC. Yeah. They keep fucking up. Okay, so hopefully the Emancipation Proclamation of Harley Quinn will be a fantabulous movie. We will see. Now, can I talk about CW? 1 second, Eli, because you never let me talk about CW.
I get.
Okay, I can finally talk about CW on here. Okay, so let's get everybody caught up. So, like I said, I think we're only about 2 or 3 weeks away from their crossover event they had. This crossover event is going to be called Elseworld. I've actually been actively avoiding the stuff that's been going on with it because I kind of won't be surprised with it because last year was Crisis on X Earth or Earth X or whatever, and that was awesome. I feel like that's the Justice League movie we should have gotten, So now this is super crazy. You're gonna have Barry Allen as Arrow as Flash, and the old '90s Flash is back as Flash, and Superman's in it choking the shit out of Flash. So I'm like, did they look at Justice League last year? It's like, okay, this is how it should have been.
What not to do.
Right, what not to do. Okay, but Superman's still choking the shit out of people, and he has the black suit. The black suit they were begging for him in Justice League, he has it on this crossover. It's like they're trolling people at this point. But here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about Arrow. I hadn't got a chance to talk about Arrow. They had an awesome episode tonight, and they said they ended the arc. But here's the thing. Last season, the episode ended with him going to jail. Now, Eli, we're 7 episodes in this season, right? Mm-hmm. He's been in jail the entire time.
Okay.
The whole episode has just been him in jail. While he's in jail, like his team is out doing other stuff, but we're following him in jail. And the thing is, he's in jail with all the supervillains that he caught, through the rest of the season. I mean, through the rest of the series. So he has to navigate through them. They hate him. Sometimes they got to team up with him to fight other supervillains, stuff like that. And it's kind of interesting. But here's the thing: for most people don't know what's going on, that's actually a film adaptation of a movie David Gore tried to make in the 2000s.
Oh, yeah?
He tried to make a Green Arrow movie. The Green Arrow movie was called Supermax. What the movie was going to be was that Green Arrow was going to go to jail for a crime he didn't commit. They were going to throw him in jail with all of his enemies in a supervillain prison. And then there was going to be a supervillain riot, a supervillain breakout. And he pretty much had to fight his way through the supervillains while trying not to get killed, while trying not to get captured and break out of jail and all this bullshit. So that was the script they've been working on. And it was floating around for years, But then they eventually canceled it and went for the TV show, and that's it. But basically what they tried to do is take that script and pretty much, and it's going to be like the first third of season, whatever the fuck they're on right now. So, and I was like, it's pretty interesting. But man, I was like, even though they're on a TV budget right now, I can just imagine what a live action version of that show, that movie would have been. I thought it would have been pretty awesome. So, I don't know. What I gotta talk about? Nothing else. I mean, other CW shit is CW shit. It's going exactly how you expect it to go. Here's the thing. I want to talk about Marvel real quick because we really got nothing to talk about Marvel. Now, Eli, I know I guaranteed an Infinity War trailer this month.
Well, I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, if you listen to other podcasts, earlier listeners, I guaranteed an Infinity War trailer was going to drop this month. I did it November 1st or some bullshit like that. So it did not drop this week. Well, last week when it came out, everybody was thinking, hype and speculation, thinking it was going to drop. There is high speculation, Eli, that it might drop this week.
Oh yeah,
maybe Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. That's the buzz I'm getting right now. So it's right around the corner. Because like I said, I'm never wrong. You listeners, you know that. So let's not let this be the first time. So hopefully before the end of, I think the first is Friday or Thursday or something like that.
Or whatever. Saturday?
So Saturday, we need to get Marvel release the trailer before Saturday. I think we need to do a bet. Do I need to bet? Do we need some stipulations or something? I'll tell you what I do. Okay. I'm going to put my reputation on the line that they are dropping this. If they do not drop a trailer by the end of the week on the Facebook page, I will eat a cheeseburger and film it.
Okay.
Bam.
Do you not eat cheeseburgers?
Yeah, I do. I'm not going to eat lettuce. I'm not going to kill myself. So we will see. That's all I got with that one. Can we talk about some video game news real quick?
Sure.
We're gonna do some /video game /Marvel news. So for anybody that's been playing Spider-Man 4 on PS4, which is pretty much everybody has a PS4, I played some DLC lately. I played the DLC that dropped. The first one was the Black Cat one, was called The Heist. The next one was called, we had to fight Hammerhead, called Turf Wars. And actually continued the storyline of the regular game. It's actually pretty interesting. Basically, after you beat everybody and stuff like that, Silver Sable left some of her. Well, she left, but her weapons got basically stolen by the Magia. Now, here's the thing. The Magia has been around forever. I've always read about them in the comic books. They've always popped up in Iron Man and Spider-Man comics like that. I never knew how to pronounce the name. Because the thing is, okay, you know how Hydra is the Nazis in Marvel Universe, whatever?
Yeah.
Well, the Magia is the Mafia in the Marvel Universe.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So the Magia, but they're like a super villain mob. So it's like everybody, the Dons and the bosses and the made men, they all have superpowers and shit.
Okay.
But they're all Italians and shit, so it's super racist. So it's the same thing with that, but I never knew how to pronounce it. Because that's the thing, when you read a comic book, you don't know how to pronounce this shit. You see Thanos, you think it's Thanos or some shit. So I see the Magia when they finally pronounce the name. I didn't know if it was the Magia or the Magia. I was like, I didn't know how to pronounce it, but now they finally told me it's the Magia. So I'm like, oh, well, that made more sense, you know. So anyway, the story basically is the Magia have stolen Silver Sable weapons. So they stole all these your Black Ops weapons, these third-party weapons, and they're just harassing the city and stuff like that. And the first thing, Black Cat pops up out of nowhere. She hadn't been in the game earlier, but she popped up out of nowhere. And she needs Spider-Man. She's saying she's doing work for the Magia, but only because they're blackmailing her. And she needs Spider-Man. She's like, Spider-Man, why, Black Cat, why are you helping the Magia? Because they have my son. And Spider-Man's like, they have your son. And then the wheels start turning his head. Uh-oh. How long ago did we date? So he started thinking that his son, you know, flying around. But apparently, I'm going to spoil it for you. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Play the game. You'll figure it out. And then the next one after that one, Turf Wars, that's when a Hammerhead pops up. You know, basically, the Hammerhead is a Magia hitman that has an adamantium skull. That's his thing or whatever. And he caused all kind of trouble and shit like that. But he kills like a bunch of cops. And the cop you've been cool with the entire time is like pissed off and ready to get revenge. And you get friction with her and stuff like that. Overall, it's a pretty cool story. They throw some more bosses, bad guys and bosses and stuff like that. If you get a chance, definitely download the DLC. They got one more. And I think the last one has something to do with Silver Sable. So hopefully you get to fight her because you never got a chance to fight Silver Sable in the regular game. So, yeah. Last thing I'm going to plug. If you want to see some gameplay footage of it and some of my commentary, you guys seem to love our commentaries. I have it up on the Comic Book Bullies YouTube page. Type in Comic Book Bullies YouTube. I have both of them up there, fully completed. Commentary. Check it out. Watch me get my ass whooped on there, and that's it. That being said, can we move on to the Bread and Butter podcast?
Sure.
Cool. Okay, so this is Bread and Butter podcast. We're going to talk about what we only talk about is comic books. So I guess I can go first. You want to go first? How are we going to do this?
You can go first.
Okay. Yeah, I probably shouldn't go with that. I probably should go first. I'm gonna go with Drowned Earth. No, I'm gonna go with Justice League number. Which one is it, Eli? 13? 10?
I didn't read that one yet.
Whatever the fuck we're on. The newest one.
The Drowned Earth one?
It's a Drowned Earth tie-in. And basically how the book, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened in this book. Okay, so basically what happened in the book, the Earth is drowned, flooded completely, and the Legion of Doom is in the Hall of Justice. You know, meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice. So they're in the Hall of Justice. The reason they're here, because they're trying to get the totality. So they have the totality, and there's only one person left in the Hall of Justice, and that is Batman. Mm-hmm. And you remember that Batman is crippled in a wheelchair with a body cast.
Yeah.
So Sinestro is flying around the Legion, Hall of Justice, and like, it's Batman. He's the only one here. He's stuck here in a wheelchair with a body cast, and he's crippled. But Joker is like, but he's still Batman. Instead of, I don't give a fuck who he is. And then they're going around like, what's one guy that's crippled going to do to us? As soon as they say that, Gorilla Grodd gets the shit punched out of him. And everybody's like, what the fuck just happened? And they turn around, and it's Batman. But he's wearing Lex Luthor's old war suit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So the thing, because when Lex Luthor was a member of the Justice League, he left some of his toys behind. So Batman is in full Lex Luthor war suit gear, and he's like, he says, I'm about to kick the Legion of Doom asses without using my arms and legs. And of course, a few panels later, the Legion of Doom get the shit kicked out of him. And you just see Batman just walk into a room holding Joker to just throw him knocked out and shit like that. And it's Lex Luthor there with Cheetah. And they had their hands on the totality. And Lex Luthor just sitting there laughing at Batman like, oh yeah, you said I use my old tech that I've outgrown, don't even use no more. So when I kill you, Batman, I just want you to know I'm going to laugh at your grave for using my old tech thinking it's going to save you from me, But while they're doing that bullshit, let's cut to the sea gods. So apparently in the graveyard of the gods, that's where Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Poseidon are. And they're stuck there. They can't get out. And the thing is, Lex Luthor is trying to destroy the graveyard of gods to keep Poseidon and everybody there. So before Lex Luthor does it, because he actually does destroy the graveyard of gods, Poseidon gives Aquaman his trident. So he no longer had that whatever trident he had before. He actually has Poseidon's official trident. He gives it to him. He takes Aquaman, and Wonder Woman and pushes them back to the regular world while he dies and gets destroyed in the Graveyard of Gods. But he also tells a story about where the sea gods came from. See, the thing, the sea gods didn't come to Earth 1,000 years ago to destroy Earth. They actually came to help Earth. But the thing was, Poseidon was jealous of them. He thought eventually they would usurp his power, and move him to the side. So what he did was put a thought in the other guy's head that they're evil, like the Atlanteans' head that they're evil, and they killed them. So that's why they're trying to get revenge on the Earth and Poseidon and everything like that, because they got fucked over so many thousand years ago. But he's saying that his trident has the power to kill those sea gods. So that's why he gave Aquaman a trident to go there. And the book pretty much ends with Lex Luthor getting to totality and teleports out of there with Batman trapped in there. And what other bullshit happened, I can't remember. Yeah. I get a 4 out of 5. It was a cool book. Superman has an eye patch for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
With the Superman a logo on it for some reason. I don't know what the fuck that happened. Who the fuck took Superman's eye out, but I don't know. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. All right. Where should I start now? I guess I'll start out with the Punisher. Punisher
Okay.
number 4. Matt Rosenberg still killing it on this shit. Let's see. Yeah. So quick recap. Punisher has been going around killing Hydra for all the events of Secret Empire. And after murdering the Mandarin on live TV, a superhero manhunt and a huge bounty that Baron Zemo put out on the Punisher eventually leads to Frank Castle getting captured. Okay. So he's thrown in jail. So this issue picks up where the last one left off. Frank is in the NYPD jail. Cops are holding him till the feds show up, and then all of a sudden, Fury and a bunch of SHIELD agents show up to claim Frank, and Frank is like, "What the hell? I thought SHIELD broke up. I thought they disbanded. What the hell's going on?" One of the SHIELD agents reveals himself to be Jigsaw.
Okay.
And then Frank starts telling the cops that they're all in danger because SHIELD is no longer together, and these guys are fake, and they're just here to collect the bounty. But just then, Jigsaw and the rest of the fake SHIELD agents open fire on the cops, and they just blow away the whole cop station. Fury turns out to be the chameleon.
Okay.
Yep. So they shoot up the cop station. One of the dying cops, laying on the floor bleeding out, he throws Punisher his gun, and that's all he needs. So the Punisher just starts blowing away the Jigsaw's boys and shit. And that's pretty much the entire issue. It's just a shootout in the cop station.
Okay.
Frank just Frank being Frank, maiming, killing, shooting, just dropping mini suckers. The ending is really cool. There's a Hydra recruitment center, and it's full of a bunch of guys ready to join Hydra. And then Frank shows up, busts in the joint, and is like, "Okay, anyone here to join Hydra, you might want to rethink that in 3, 2, 1." And he just opens fire. Mows everybody down. It's pretty hilarious. But then it turns out that the main Hydra recruitment agent, he's got the 9 rings, and his hands are all glowing with magic and shit. And he's like, "The magic of the Mandarin lives." And so that's pretty much where the book ends, So it's just stupid fun. Everything that makes a fun Punisher story great, it's all here. Fuck it, 5 out of 5.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Punisher's still going strong. Okay, so the book I'm going to review next is Uncanny X-Men number 2. Apparently, I listened to Comic Cast because they follow up with this shit better than we do. Gomer was telling me that this book is a weekly series, and I think it's going to go to number 10. So yeah, they're going to be dropping Marvel is really going to shove X-Men down our throats.
Okay.
That's what they're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what's happened in this book, and I'm trying to remember, I forgot already. Okay. So apparently, there is this outbreak of like these weird animals attacking all over the world. You got the Avengers on it. You got the Defenders. You got the Champions. Alpha Flight, whoever the fuck out there. And then Jean Grey says, we got all these other super teams out there. I think maybe the X-Men should jump in it too, because that's what we do. We're superheroes. That's what we do. And then they kind of isolate with, but at the same time, we need to find out what happened to Kitty Pryde and it happened to that senator that got kidnapped last week by multiple man. So Jean Grey is like, I'm gonna go to Cerebro. I'm gonna try to find out what happened to those guys. And Beast, I need you to take a team to go to Montana to stop a Roman dinosaur from attacking people. And Beast's like, I can't go. I got stuff to do. And I'm like, wait, you got stuff to do? What? Yeah, I got other plans. And like, okay, Storm, you take the team. So Storm gets ready to take the team. Jean Grey gets in Cerebro to try to find Multiple Man, finds him, freaks the fuck out. She's like, stop what you're doing. We need to take two teams. One team need to go to Montana to stop that raging dinosaur, and the other team goes to Kansas where they find Multiple Man. But here's the thing. Multiple Man has grown so many multiple men in Kansas, they can see them from space. It's like 100,000. They just taking over Kansas. So the half of the team of the X-Men go there and fight Multiple Man, but then some weird shit start happening where each Multiple Man starts getting mutant powers. Like someone get the powers of toad, someone can shoot lightning, someone can shoot lasers, someone can fly. Weird shit. Don't know what the fuck happened. But anyway, Multiple Man overwhelmed so much he beats the shit out of the X-Men team. Now, cut back to the X-Men team in Montana. They fight a raging dinosaur, or dinosaurs or whatever, and they try to watch out for him, and Laura wasn't watching back, X-23 wasn't watching back, and one of the dinosaurs actually accidentally eat her. Jean's like, Laura, Bishop, help me do something. Bishop's like, wait for it. And you see the dinosaur just all of a sudden just stop running, start squirming, and it just falls to the ground. And then X-23 next just cuts herself out of the dinosaur. And then Jean's great, well, you guys get a separate game up because X-23 just won MVP for the day. Cut back to the X mansion or wherever the fuck they are now. They have protesters outside of the mansion, and they're screaming, "Muties go home! Muties go home!" And the X-Men trainees in there like, "Go home? Where the hell are we gonna go? Like, we're from here, So one guy in a suit and tie walks past the entire protesters and knocks on the door. Knock, knock, knock. And they open the door, and he says, "Hey, I'm Legion. And I'm here to help you out."
Shit.
And that's how the book ends. So
cool.
The next book has it has like half Legion where he, in a suit and tie like he was there, and then the other crazy ass Legion that you kind of remember from New Mutants or whatever. So yeah, overall, get the book 4 out of 5. It's pretty cool. It's warming up to it. They throwing so many damn X-Men at you. Some of them I don't really give a shit about, but it's got enough X-Men that I do give a shit about, and it kind of reminds me why I did like X-Men so much.
Okay,
it was one specific thing I remember about X-Men that and we've talked about on the show before. They always draw the women like super hot in these books. Because they were just showing a panel of Psylocke, and I was like, and she's not even Asian anymore. She's like regular Psylocke. I'm like, damn, Psylocke is hot. Then I remember reading those book in the '90s. I was like, Psylocke was hot then. Like, here's my thing. Everybody used to go crazy over Rogue. I'm like, no, Psylocke is way hotter than Rogue.
Yeah.
And so this book, you got Psylocke, Storm, Jean Grey, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I feel like a 14-year-old boy again reading this shit. But yeah, it's X-Men. It's what you expect. So yeah.
All right, cool. I guess the next one I'll go with was Carnage Born, what part of the Web of Venom series we got going on.
Okay.
So Carnage Reborn, or no, Carnage Born. Carnage Born. Okay. So this is a whole tie-in to the whole Venom story arc that's been going on for a while now. The symbiote god Null was resurrected by S.H.I.E.L.D. and attacked the city. Eddie Brock and his Venom other beat it, but it pretty much almost killed them. And then he was captured by the Maker, who's been experimenting on the Null DNA strand. But then that strand was ended up stolen. So that brings us to this book. Basically, there's this cult of symbiote worshippers, and they're basically trying to resurrect Null, the symbiote god. And they get a hold of Cletus Cassidy's bodies, and they got him in like this cryo chamber, and they're dressed in like these monk robes, and they're doing like this satanic symbiote ritual and shit. Most of the story serves as like flashback to Cletus Cassidy's life, sort of like a soft reboot. We're going through his life and all the shit, the trauma that turned him into a psychopath that he is, you know. So, anyways, this cult is doing their ritual, and it turns out that they were the one that stole the null codex or whatever, DNA codex, and they end up putting it into Cletus Cassidy, and he busts out of the chamber and shit, and they're all like, all hail Null, the symbiote god, but Carnage, he just ends up killing them all and eating them.
Of course, that's what evil gods do.
Yeah. So now Carnage has the Null symbiote inside him, and he's gonna go get all the other symbiote strains. So it's basically everybody who was ever a symbiote, he's going after. So that's pretty much how the book ends.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Donny Cates, right?
Donny Cates, y'all. So 4 out of 5, just a lot of fun, a nice, cool, darker, because Carnage was a very cheesy, villain. You know what I mean? Just
He's
over
Joker.
the top and cheesy.
He's Joker. Yeah.
And this takes a little. It takes a really dark, twisted turn, so it's kind of cool. You know what I mean? A modern day reboot of the character, so it's pretty cool. So 4 out of 5.
Eventually, I'm gonna jump on the Donny Cates train. I started to dip my toe in the water about a couple weeks ago, looking at Marvel Unlimited. I was like, I don't know where to get in. Because here's my thing about writers. If I follow a comic book writer, I like to start with their first written work, because writers always love to throw their thread through everything. Like Jim Starlin, every single book he's ever written has Thanos in it. He don't give a fuck if he's in Iron Man or Spider-Man, Thanos is going to show up. So he's always weaving some kind of thread in there. So that's what I'm going to start with Donny Cates and see, get into Donny Cates' head. That's what I'm going to do. So,
yeah, I wasn't aware until I just picked up the Venom book, out of the blue. And then I think I remember it sat on my pile because I got behind on my shit. Yeah. So Venom #1 was like on a pile of books that I didn't get to read to for a few months. And then I read it. I'm like, holy shit, this is cool. And I went out and bought the back issues of the rest of the series. And now I'm on it. I'm on board. So it's been cool. It's been fun.
Cool. Okay. Last book I got is Shuri #2. Okay. Everybody knows who Shuri is. Let's get point to it. Okay, so the way the book ended last week is that the women of the Elephant Trunk, whatever they call it, some kind of secret society of women of Wakanda, T'Challa's been missing for 2 weeks, so they decided to offer Shuri the role of Black Panther. And Shuri says, no, I'm not going to be Black Panther. She was like, I've been Black Panther before. And when I was Black Panther last time, I sucked. Like, it was conquered 3 times under my rule alone. So, obviously, if I take the Black Panther role, and anyway, the Black Panther role is associated with T'Challa. So, if I become Black Panther, I'm really just being another placeholder for T'Challa and not being my own person. And plus, we know he's going to eventually come back anyway. So, there's no reason for me to do that. What I need to do is invest my time into finding T'Challa, and we need to get rid of the Black Panther role anyway. Because Wakanda needs to move past the monarch. Am I saying it right? Monarchy. I think I'm saying it right. If I'm fucking up, we need to move past the monarchy and move to a democratic position anyway, and stop, worshiping like panther gods and gorilla gods and ape gods, and move past that. And Queen Mother just looks at it like she's disgusted and just gets up and walks away from the women meeting and just leaves. So Shuri gets pissed off and she, flies away, because still, you got her crow bird powers that she can do and fly away. So she flies back home, and while she's flying, all of a sudden she gets struck by lightning. She's like, what the fuck? So she flies back home like, who the hell hit me? And she looks up and it's Storm. Storm is like, yeah, I heard my ex-husband is missing for the last 2 weeks, and sure, you didn't tell me. So what's going on with that? You're like, I was gonna tell you, but I was trying to keep it a secret. She's like, don't worry, we need to find out what's going on. So Storm is like, I know this ex-scientist that actually knows a little bit about where T'Challa might be. And Shuri's like, oh, the ex-scientist? Yeah, that's one of T'Challa's ex-girlfriends. And, Storm doesn't like that too much, But anyway, like, we need to go back. We need to find out where T'Challa and Manifold is. Because, like I said, Manifold is Shuri's boyfriend. And T'Challa is Storm's ex-husband. So they're basically trying to get their men back, whatever. So they go to this remote place in Wakanda. They try to find, whatever they're doing. I think I lost track of the book already. Anyway, and that's the book. Oh, something else happened. Something else happened. They had a trick. He had a trick ending. Okay, so apparently this scientist is like some kind of spiritual scientist, spiritual doctor, magician, shit like that. So she sends Shuri. They go to this tree called the Gruten World or some bullshit like that. So she sends Shuri's soul into outer space. She sees T'Challa, but something happens and she comes back down. But when she comes back down, she opens her eyes, and she sees Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon looks back at her. You're like, Groot, why do we keep going through this bullshit? And it pans out, and you see Groot, but Groot says, I am Shuri? And that's
really?
how the book ends. Yeah, so apparently they swap bodies or some bullshit. So, yeah, so the next cover of the next book is Shuri with Groot and Rocket behind her. So yeah, that's how the book is going. Honestly, it's a cool book. It's not like that boring ass shit that Coach's writing with Black Panther. This is actually kind of a fun read. It's actually fun to read, especially with Storm, interacting with T'Challa's ex-girlfriend, and they kind of like having this back and forth between each other, where they really don't like each other, but they got to communicate with each other. It's pretty cool. My favorite part about this, Storm has dreadlocks.
Okay.
You don't understand how big that is. Storm has been around for like, what, 50, 60 years, some bullshit like that? Why the fuck does she always have straight hair? Black women don't have straight hair. Is that her mutant power? A perm?
Maybe.
So it makes sense for her to have dreads. It seems like these artists have always been scared to give her dreads or braids or anything like that when that's how her hair is supposed to naturally grow. She doesn't have a perm at all times. If she's captured by the Sentinels and she's been trapped for 2 months, eventually this shit is going to start kinking up and start getting nappy. She shouldn't have an ultra perm by then. So that's just a little thing that I've noticed I've always been pissed off about. But yeah, that's all I got. 45, cool book. Yeah.
Cool. So I got to do the Hulk. You didn't read
you
the
don't
Hulk.
have to. It's
on the thing. I mean,
but at this point, who cares?
But it's made the Immortal Hulk number 9, is it? Yeah, I did read it. It was cool. It was fun. It's just, the Absorbing Man and the Hulk fight it out. The Hulk. I mean, this has been a fun book. This Immortal Hulk series. Hulk goes back to Arizona to the Gamma base to basically have it out with his dad that's inside of him. But the Hulkbusters, whatever, they got a hold of Crusher Creel, and modified him. So when they eventually fight, Hulk Absorbing Man absorbs Hulk's gamma radiation.
Okay.
And it's a pretty cool fight, but what's really fucked up was the ending. He ends up absorbing that demon that was inside of Hulk.
Oh shit, Devil Hulk. Okay.
Yeah, the Devil Hulk, and that fucks him up. Like the last page is just like, Absorbing Man's mind, and like this big Medusa head's like screaming at him and shit.
Oh, so Hulk's gonna be able to fight physically the physical manifestation of his father.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty cool. I give it a 4 out of 5. I mean, I still love that. Still love the series. Wasn't planning on talking about it, so I would have went.
It was just a cool ass cover. That's the only.
Yeah. I don't have it in front of me. I'm just kind of going off of it.
Okay.
But the last book I did want to talk about from Image. So we got one indie book on here. Juke Joint #2. So this is the horror tale about a southern backwoods speakeasy in the 1920s.
Oh, Goma reviewed this. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Run by this old woman named Mahalia, and she's this undead voodoo priestess, and along with her coven of flesh-eating vampire girls, they run this like juke joint, out in the backwoods, out in the swamps, out in the bayous in the South, Louisiana, or wherever. And this place is like it's a place of happiness and freedom for all the black folks in the area. They can come out and party, get loose, but you still got to stay in line. You got to be respectful. Don't fuck with anybody, or they'll torture and eat you. So this story is centered around this young woman named Heloise, who she's being abused by her husband. And Mahalia and her followers, they're trying to save her, and they want her to join their coven. She just has to kill her husband. But the thing is she isn't too sure about it. she's having she's tempting as tempting as it sounds. That she's not completely sold on the idea. So this, of course, is going to cause drama. You know, so that's where we are. Overall, it's a pretty cool story. And we talked about this last week with the Bitterroot comic and how Get Out and how we're getting this new breath of fresh air into the horror genre by highlighting the perspective of Black people. And this book kind of falls in that category, you know, pushing the boundaries of horror while giving a new voice to it as well. There is an apparent underlying social commentary in this book. It's a total story of the Me Too era, you know, with the violence towards women and, you know, all that stuff.
Now who writes this book? Because I think it's some writer that, you know, these fanboys hate.
Oh, probably. Let me look it up real quick. But she has like disclaimers.
Trigger warning.
Basically, yeah. It's like, you know, this book contains violence, domestic violence, people sensitive to those type of traumas. Let's see. Writer T. Franklin.
Never
artist Aletha Martinez.
Okay. Nah.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was somebody. I thought it was like Kelly something. Somebody that they really hate. You know.
Yeah, I'm not. But this comic skaters would hate this shit.
Right.
But still, I mean, even with all the commentary and the Me Too era, you know, theme going through it, it's still a pretty cool story, and it's very well written. It's violent, it's gory, it's got monsters and torture porn and blood and boobs and shit. So it's everything you'd want in a horror story. I mean, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. I mean, I'm really digging the story. The art is cool. It's kind of got like the Lost Boys vibe or movies like The Craft. It's just a cool horror tale with a message, you know.
Ooh,
so
okay.
Very violent and brutal, and you know, lots of nudity.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, that'll sell it.
Yeah. That's all I got.
That's all I got. Okay. Like I said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, and subscribe. We had a shitload of other podcasts that I barely remember. We got our sister podcast, Geek Sav. We have This Geeks and Comics, which maybe we ran into comic book shit talking. I don't know. Something. Comic Cast, Let's Know Guys. They pretty much going to review the same books we do, but they're going to do it differently and argue with each other. Get Valiant. You're going to review none of the books we do. Talking ball. I don't know. Isn't college football over with now? Why is that podcast still beating the shit out of us every week? Anyway, and we also have Hoodoo TV still hanging in there, and Instruments of Destruction, but who knows how long it's gonna keep lasting. Gomer's gonna squeeze the last bit of toothpaste out of it as much as he can. So, yeah. That being and hopefully next week we will be able to talk about Infinity War. Or Avengers 4, whatever the fuck it's gonna be.
Or Leroy eating a cheeseburger.
One to other. You better not ask me to eat lettuce. I'm not eating that shit. This is not Saw. That being said, it's Leroy.
This is Eli.
And we'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel. Time to breathe. Bad boy off.